A lot of people seem to be negative on the idea of a Nintendo Switch Lite. Some are saying that it's unnecessary. Some others are saying they would rather have a pro or more powerful version of the current Switch iteration. Some people are saying that it should have an HDMI dongle just like, and be able to dock, and you can watch it on your TV just like the regular Switch. And some are valid concerns, valid opinions, but all this can go away with one thing. One thing that if the Nintendo Switch Lite does, it'll completely redeem itself, and really nobody then has a reason why to hate upon it. Now, I just got done watching Digital Foundry's take on the Nintendo Switch Lite hardware and what it can bring to the table. And while some of this stuff is based on actual evidence and facts, a lot of it is also based on opinions and what they believe what the current iteration of the Nintendo Switch Lite will achieve. Now, Nintendo's gone on the record to say that it won't have any buffs as far as the specs goes when you're playing the same games undocked on the regular Switch than you have on the Switch Lite. But I wouldn't 100% believe in what they have to say. And this is why. Because if they go out on a limb and just say, yes, it will have better resolutions or will run better, and then you go in with that mentality of, oh, I'm going to get this because it's going to be better. And it turns out that it's only maybe going to change maybe a couple frames a second, be a little more stable in certain games, then people will complain and say, hey, you advertised this with the notion that it was going to look a whole lot better in handheld mode than the regular OG Switch. And look at it. It just looks a little bit better. People will this will absolutely get thrown out of blow up. You know what I'm talking about. People will overreact like crazy and say Nintendo's it would just be a PR nightmare. However, if the Nintendo Switch Lite does give you a couple of frames, and I'm not talking about a lot, I'm not talking about like a pro, or I'm not even saying that the Nintendo Switch Lite will play the games at the same resolution and fidelity as the docked, as high as it can go, because the dock can go up to 1080, but you know what I'm saying, 720 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second, and some handheld games don't play as well. Maybe they'll go down to 500, right? So that's the current iteration of the Switch. So if the Switch Lite does just a little bit better performance than an handheld version of the OG Switch, oh my gosh, that alone, that's all it needs. Just a little bit more performance boost. Just tiny micro fracture. If it does do this, automatically it is redeemed, because you will be able to get 100% different gameplay experience on the Nintendo Switch Lite undocked that you get on the Switch undocked. And for those that are saying that's not Nintendo already said, they already came out. They also said that the battery life was only going to be from 3 hours to 7 hours, a boost from 2.5 hours to 6.5 hours on the OG Switch. And that has already been proven false, because we have someone that played I think here in the US, some people got a firsthand look at the Switch, and they were able to play Zelda Breath of the Wild 4 hours undocked. That is a 30% boost or 33% boost. That is way more than 2.5 on the OG Switch, So that's already not true. But again, Nintendo doesn't want to blow that out of proportion, because they don't want the PR backlash of having people say there's already enough backlash as it is. They don't want more backlash saying, oh, you only did this, you tricked people into buying the system, you gave false information. So they're going to undercut it. They're going to undersell it. And they don't have to, because it's going to sell like crazy anyways, but that's what they're going to do to avoid a PR nightmare. So I will wait for the actual Switch Lite to come out before making any observations, before saying this is what it's going to be. But I guarantee you that if this Switch Lite runs just a little bit better, it's going to not only be a negative PR, it's going to be a positive PR push for Nintendo and the Switch Lite. And it's going to have all those naysayers say, why do we have this? Saying, oh, okay, I kind of get it now. This is actually made for handheld play. And I'm not even going to get into the specifics into what the Mariko, whatever, the Tegra X1 second version. I'm not, like I said, Digital Foundry had specs, they had actual facts, but they also had a lot of opinions. But you know what? Who cares what Digital Foundry thinks? Who cares what Nintendo thinks? I want to know what you think. Will the Nintendo Switch Lite have a performance boost? A little, slight, mild performance boost? And if it does, what will it affect your decision to buy one or not? Or will it affect your overall look on the Nintendo Switch Lite and the idea behind it? Let me know below and let's start a conversation. My name is Andrew. Until next time, this is Think Game Talk. Later.